So I recently did a video on some of archived orders that I had from Los Angeles to compare to where I'm at in Prineville now. And this is one of the responses, pretty valid response too, but I want to go through it and we'll go over the finer points of it. So Robert Beckman says, I've been doing DoorDash for a long time now. It doesn't matter how many low orders you take or big orders you take at the end of the week. It usually adds up to be $10 per order. If you do, I'll kind of agree with that in LA, but let's go over this quickly and I'll elaborate. If you do 60 deliveries, you'll earn around $600. If you do 150, you'll get 1,500. That's why I stopped focusing on completion and all that and do as many orders as I can as fast as possible. Another good point I'm going to bring up later. If you can do 100 orders, which is 15, 20, that's $1,000. Doesn't have to be complicated. Small orders are good if they're close because they take less time and help you reach your weekly goal faster. You'll end up with getting bigger ones that equal out. And it does kind of happen that way in LA. If you get to $4 and then a $20, it's basically $24, and divided by 2 is $12 per trip. So let one good customer cover some of the cheap ones, which happens everywhere too, by the way. So all super valid points. I'm glad you brought this point up. So I'm going to go over some numbers in a second, but I will tell you a quick story. When I was learning how to DoorDash just a year and a half ago or a little more now, I was trying to get my footing and I learned how to DoorDash in Los Angeles. I came across this guy who had been dashing for a while, you could tell. And I saw him like 2 or 3 times, which is strange because LA is a very big place. I know we're in the same zone, but and then one time he told me, he's like, you know what, I got this tip from this old dasher. And he didn't tell me right away, but basically he said, the guy told him, yeah, take every offer. You'll be just fine. So this is kind of what you do, Robert, it sounds like, and I'm sure it works out. I'm 100% sure it works out. And then the next week, the last time I saw him, actually, before I left for back up here, he's like, hey, I made $1,000 this week. I'm like, oh, wow, that's great. I didn't even think that was possible at the time, but it was promising. He's like, yeah, only worked Monday through Friday. I'm like, wow. He's like, he worked 12 hours a day, though. So I was even thinking back then, just learning, it's like, well, if I'm working 60 hours a week, I think I can do $1,200 at this point, or $1,000. It probably should be about $1,200, like Robert says here. But let's go over some numbers. Let's compare the markets here. So I got a dash summary from Los Angeles. This one was November 12th. I'm going to go over these orders in another video, the real orders. It was a while back, but I actually kind of remember some of them. So yeah, I made 109, and I had 10 deliveries. So if you do the simple math, it's $10.9 average per delivery, which he's right. And I noticed that right away when I was learning too. I'm like, you're doing okay if you're making about $10 an order. That's just what it kind of came out to be. But a more important number is that 5 hours and 43 minutes divided, 109 divided by 5 and 5 hours, 45 minutes is $18.95. That's completely what is standard even to this day. For me, even in this town. Probably would be the same if I was in LA. But if we go to the Prineville, this is from very recently, last week, maybe a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so this is 146, but I worked 7 hours and 45, or 7:52, but we'll call it 7 hours and 45 minutes. But I had 19 deliveries. I know it was a couple hours more, but they're just shorter orders. It's just different here. And if you do the math on that, 146 divided by 19, that's about right. It doesn't shock me at all. It's about $7 an order here. Maybe $7.50. I mean, this is just one day, but it's $7 basically. So in your market, it might be 10. And in the market I was at in LA, it was 10. Here in Prineville, it's 7, maybe 8. I don't know. I should maybe do some more research on that. But so then you also look at the hours here. So 7 hours and we'll call it 7 hours, 45 minutes, $146, almost the same exact pay, $18.83. I mean, within 12 cents, if that. So yeah, I mean, you make a valid point, but my point is in a lot of my videos that you do have to adapt. You can't expect to make, if I made $10 average order here, that'd be phenomenal. But it just doesn't work that way. It's a different style of dashing. It's like Ichiro versus maybe like someone who hits doubles and triples a lot or home runs. But anyway, sorry about that analogy. That was pretty lame. But Just wanted to make that point. So very good, insightful comment, and I appreciate it. And you're really right about everything, but just not here in Prineville. So hope you guys are all doing good, and peace out.